Here's part 2 of the first SLC with an LT4 ready to hit the streets. I didn't mention in the last video that the LT4 is putting out 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. It's really the torque on these engines that's astounding, because full torque kicks in at about 3,400 RPMs. So it can be really neck-breaking if you don't watch it. You see, as we go around, we've got carbon fiber splitter in the front. It's got the xenon headlights, which you can't tell. Quite a modification to the lower vents. They're opened up and go to the outside instead of towards the inside, which gives more ventilation into the brakes and into the cooler that's in there. But what's really going to stand out is got a completely different hood setup. So camera's not showing it too much because the paint's a little too shiny, but we come around the side, you see the two louvers, and then the top part of the hood vent, which comes in and is rounded. This was custom designed by the owner and myself. We worked on it for 2 days, and of course then he left me all the sanding and the touch and the getting it, perfect. But it works out beautifully because you can see the radiator right down there, and the air just blasts out of there, both when you're driving and when the fans kick on. So it's not pushing up against the front firewall, which helps with heat containment, and it helps cool the engine also. It's a major modification there, about 70 hours of work. So from the front you can see it, and then it becomes more obvious as we go around looking at it from the sides. We also have the wheel vents, and they're blended in, and so they're there to decrease the pressure buildup in the wheel well, and to throw out some rocks too, just for fun. Now we got race mirrors, carbon fiber race mirrors. The windshield is DOT glass. A lot of people ask about that. And the wiper does work. Does a full sweep of the windshield. Side skirts are carbon fiber, matching the front. And in the rear we have the carbon fiber engine vents also. Now they look really nice, especially on the red, but they also let out a lot of heat out of that engine bay. And under the glass you can see that top of the supercharger sitting there, and that big LT4 sitting in there ready to go. So talked about the exhaust in the earlier video, and this you can see it now coming out of the back, the 3 pipes joining each other, the center one again being the cutout. Got a backup camera, lighting for the license plate also. I got distracted by the tail lights there. These are custom tail lights. They're from a Lotus Elise, but they're taken apart and modified to have the halo LED lights in them. I'll turn them on in a second and come back to it. But they're cupped in there, recessed a little bit, just to make them look a little bit different and nice. Got a carbon fiber wing in the back, and this is actually the first wing that I polished, and it shined up real nice. Looked okay to begin with, but I was surprised how much it changed by actually buffing it. It's got fresh paint on here, so of course no wax on it, just some glaze just to protect the paint a little bit. Got the automatic doors again, and they operate with just a push of a button. So this is the driver's door, or passenger door, sorry. Touch of a button, they go up, stops itself automatically. So I did that because I just wanted to turn on the tail lights. And the taillights are controlled by the wireless steering wheel column, as the headlights are, the wiper is, high beams, signals, horn. So we'll turn on the driving lights, so you can see the single halo. The brake and the signal lights activate the two other rings in there for the brake and the turn signal. Might as well start it up, huh? So it has a push button start. You hit the button once, it just turns on the ACC power. Hold the button in, and the car starts. You see these guys like to start right up. It's real nice. The idle's high at first, and then it'll drop down to 600. Backup camera, and we've got the aim system. Now it's showing oil pressure. I put that right in the center, because I'm always concerned about that. Tells you the fuel level, anything again that the computer will say. So there, drop down, and it's relatively quiet. It's got some race mufflers on it, and the crossover tube in the exhaust helps with the sound.